The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? One thing I ask from the Lord, this only do I seek, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to gaze upon the beauty of the Lord, and to seek him in his temple. God's word. There's a number of us here who own houses and condos in Chicago. And if I start to mention things like property taxes, I can just hear the groans going through the congregation, right? Well, I don't know what kind of view you have from your place. I think there's quite a variety here among us. Some live in high rises and have a pretty commanding view of the area. Some live in little garrets and garden apartments. Some live in houses where they have a backyard and it's walled in, and there's a great variety of view. But in New Hampshire, they have decided, this is kind of cool. If you start reading this, you think, oh, New Hampshire, they don't have a sales tax. State, they don't have a sales tax, and they don't have a state income tax. Hey, it sounds kind of appealing. And so the government basically makes their money by property taxes. And New Hampshire, for those of you who are not from the East, when I lived in New York, it's kind of a dream of every New Yorker and everybody in New England to sort of own a beautiful scenic place somewhere up in Vermont or New Hampshire. And you know what New Hampshire has hit upon to get enough money from the state government? They have created a view tax. You can have the most sad, sorry-looking shack up in the White Mountains with and electricity and running water have not reached you, and pay more taxes, I bet, than anybody sitting here in Chicago, because you got a great view. That the reasoning behind this is, you know what? Real estate, location, location, location. Part of the location is the stunning view. And so, this house looks pretty trashy, but it's got a great view. Oh, that'll be $20,000. It's even larger, it's not down. Well, I just read this recently, and I don't know, I imagine it's in the courts, and I bet people are hotter than a hornet's nest is concerned. But a view tax, what kind of view do you have? I'd like to talk about the view of the psalmist. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Light and my salvation. Now, remember, and First Emmanuel folks, you've heard me say this before, we kind of forget about the fact that, artificial light is so convenient and so easy for us. Flip that switch, and the light's going on. Right? Unless, of course, the storms come and wipe out the power for a few hours or a few days. And then we remember how we depend on electricity. But we forget that the people before electricity, the people in Bible times, fire was the only light. And fire literally was, in some ways, their salvation. Scared away the wild animals at night. On a torch that led the way to rocky places. And created warmth, light. Without that, they would easily fall victim to wild animals or to bandits or whatever. Light was their salvation. And so throughout the scriptures, light constantly is referred to as God. And the choir is saying, we hear those words as they're singing, the words of Jesus from John chapter 14. I am the light. I am the way, the truth, and the life. He also says, I am the light. And so the view of the psalmist, maybe the psalmist, it's a psalm of David, and so it might be David or somebody in a circle. But the view of the psalmist is, we don't know if there's those mountains in Judea, those hills. We don't know what he's actually looking at with his physical eyes. But with the eyes of his heart, with the eyes of faith, he sees the light that is God, and that light is his salvation. And the one focused thing that he wants to view, the one thing that he wants to see, is God. You see the singleness of purpose in the psalm? He says, yeah, I want the light of God to show me I want to be in God's house, so that the light of God is